Good morning, Lincoln.
Started.
Logan County. We are on the air, broadcasting live from Jake's Furnishings.
The
Jake's. Scott Kirby, Jake Johnston, Joe Ryan with you this morning. We are outside in front of Jake's Furnishings. Good morning, fellas.
Beautiful day.
Beautiful day, absolutely.
Good day to buy furniture, Jake.
It is a good day to buy furniture.
Sit in it, lay in it, jump over it, whatever.
Maybe play some golf and think about buying furniture.
There you go.
You know, that's a better idea.
I don't know. It's just a thought.
Cheaper.
Well,
Not
cheaper,
really.
Not
With the discounts we've got going on here at Jake's, it can't be cheaper.
Yeah,
That's right, my friend.
There we go. Turn it up.
you could probably get a recliner less than a round of golf.
He's got a hot exhaust. Yeah, it's hot.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah.
Fellas, a lot going on this time of year. We just had the NFL draft this past Thursday.
Da Bears.
Going on
Bears.
Yesterday, today. So we'll talk about the draft, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs,
Lots
and
of playoffs.
And baseball.
Yeah.
So, man, there's a lot to talk about.
Some horses running out there today,
Horses.
too.
The Kentucky Derbies today. You guys have a favorite on that?
There's not only horses, but there's also a men versus men battle to the end.
Tonight.
Two gladiators.
Enter
One
the ring.
fight.
Yeah,
The loser takes home $200 million.
Isn't it crazy?
Tonight,
It is
Manny
crazy.
Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather.
Biggest fight since when?
Probably.
Ali Frazier.
I was going to say, well, the last fight I watched on pay-per-view was Tyson.
Sugar Ray and
Holyfield.
Leonard, probably.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Sugar Ray is Leonard. Was he punching himself in the face?
Well, he is a boxer.
Well, it would probably be a pay-per-view. They could make money on it.
Well,
How many rounds will it go? And then, what's his name? That old, who's the guy that always used to run them all?
Don King.
Don King could have a bet on it and
Is he
win
still
money.
around? Is Don King still,
I don't know.
Never see him anymore, do you?
after the Tyson fallout, he
Yeesh.
kind of just disappeared?
Holyfield Tyson wasn't this big.
Well, I'm just, yeah.
Well, TV and the internet and everything else has made this fight this big.
Yeah, well, that and the fact that these two basically avoided each other for
several years.
what, 7 years now? I mean, and are still near the top of their careers. So, I mean, doesn't seem like they've lost too much. So,
If Ali still had everything going on, I think it, and you could put him in with Frazier, I think it'd be a pay-per-view. People would come back and watch it.
like from the dead?
Yeah,
Or
let's get two of these old guys.
Two holograms?
Let's get two of these old guys to go at it.
Okay.
That people would come watch.
Foreman?
I think it's really been made so popular just because of the internet, TV, all that stuff.
Might be. I mean,
They said the last fight, this one they expect to make, don't quote my numbers, but it'll be 3 times the amount of money as the previous highest fight, from like 20 million to 60 million.
nice.
Well, I think Vegas, they're predicting there will be over $1 billion bet on this game. $1 billion.
Is that a lot?
Well, it's not that much.
If
If you're Joe, that's pocket change.
$1 billion is a lot of money. If I had $1 billion, I'd buy a new truck like everybody else on this show.
I don't know what he's talking
I don't
about.
That's
either.
funny, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you're driving
What's
a Beamer.
funny is when Lloyd pulls up in a new one next week.
Yeah.
And then license plate says Joe on the go.
Something is not adding up here.
Well, you got to show up on time because we take care of all.
I believe I was here on time.
We take care of all the financial stuff about 15 minutes before show starts.
Tell you what, somebody's cooking the books out here at WLCN.
we could have put it 5 minutes before the show started. Joe wouldn't have
I
known.
smell
so-
book cooking.
Book cooking. Something's cooking.
Yeah, something.
So who do you guys like tonight? Who you guys taking? Or do you even really care?
I'll go Pacquiao.
Pacquiao? Who you got?
Well, everybody likes an underdog. That's who I'd root for.
So you think Pacquiao's the underdog?
Yeah, I know he is.
You know he is.
Well, I mean, if you look at Las Vegas odds,
odds have him as
Mayweather's like minus 230.
Okay. So
I mean, I don't know. To tell you the truth, we get some coffee there, Senator.
Joe Boo needs a refill.
I'll take this timeout brought to you by Joe Ryan Coffee Emporium.
Sponsored by
Let me
Hampton
get you,
Inn Coffee.
Get
Would you like a
coffee.
pastry to go with that?
You want a Danish or anything?
No Danish.
You want a little sugar in there, sweetie?
An omelet? Well, I don't really appreciate you passing that across my lap like that. But anyway.
I think the fans would.
What time's that fight start? Is it 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock,
Oh, who
11,
knows?
12?
Aren't they, what do they weigh,
That's what it
145 pounds?
Maybe.
Soaking
I'm
wet.
thinking 165, but I don't know.
No, I think they weighed in at like, anybody know? Is anybody is anybody here affiliated with the sports program?
That's what we'll do for the trivia. If anybody can call in and give us,
Does anybody know anything about sports?
these
Or tell
guys'
us-
weight. Call in, give us their weight, and you'll get. What are we giving away today?
We're giving away 2 $10 coupons for admission to the Lincoln Speedway. Compliments of Fix 96.
Let's make it easier.
Nice.
Would those two fighters' combined weight be more
Over,
or less
under?
than one of us?
Over under 300.
It's under
Ooh,
300.
it's under 300.
Well, now you gave the answer away.
Well, no, I'm guessing. All of us are right around 300.
A piece.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Each.
There's a ton of weight sitting here.
Lots of tonnage.
We're just big boned.
I think they weigh. I don't know.
Pleasantly plump.
Well,
I don't know. You know what? Let's take the bigger question. Is this?
we know you don't know.
Does this fight go the distance? Are they going to give the people their money's worth? Boxing got a bad name years ago that it's fixed and blah blah. And yeah, it probably was. Don King had it all a mess. Back when the greats fought, Ali and Frazier and all those guys, everybody got into it, blah blah blah. Then it got this thing where guys were taking dives and everybody knew about it, so it's kind of lost. This UFC and all that stuff's kind of taken over.
Yeah.
Because it is a little more lifelike and real. But will these guys? You think these guys are told, hey, let's make sure this goes 6, 8, 10 rounds? You think one of them wants to knock the other one out in 30 seconds? And
I think they're both conditioned well, and they're not. It's not a heavyweight. Who has the knockout punch? I mean, it's gonna go. I don't know if it'll go the distance, but it's gonna go more than 5, 6 rounds. I would hope.
you think?
The first couple rounds are probably just gonna be out there filling each other out. Not a whole lot of stuff going on, wouldn't you think? It's usually the way they start.
Well, yeah. I got to tell you,
kinda
if I was in there,
dancing
if
around the
this was
ring.
me against you, I'm letting you win. I'm taking a fall.
I'll go
a
in
minute
there,
30
yeah.
into the first round, and I'm walking out of there with everything going good
and 180
and some
million.
money.
That was
Yep.
the last big one.
Marvelous Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard.
Oh, you're
one.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot
that
about
was a
Hagler.
big one.
That
Now,
was
there was a rematch, right? Didn't they fight twice?
I believe
Yeah.
so, yeah. Yep.
Sugar Ray got him the second time, or Hagler got him the second time, or something.
No, I think Sugar Ray won
Sugar
both.
Ray, yeah.
Sugar Ray beat him both times.
Yep.
Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray, you don't get a better name than that either.
No.
No, Sugar Ray. And you're a boxer? That's even better. You get a little sugar on it.
Sugar.
You know what I mean?
Not really.
Kind of like sprinkles.
Yeah.
Sprinkles are for winners.
He's
You ever
gonna
had
start
sprinkles on
singing
an ice cream cone?
that song that's out there now, isn't he?
Can we put that on? Bring that up next time? Sugar Ray. Remember Sugar Babies?
Maroon 5. There you go.
Maroon 5,
I don't
yeah.
Remember
know.
Sugar Babies when you guys were young?
Yeah,
you used to get those?
yeah, they
Sugar
get
Babies?
stuck in your teeth. And
Throws in a
Jim needs to cue that.
sprinkles over the top of a bowl of honeycomb.
Break.
I bet she doesn't have that song.
Probably not.
Sugar, Maroon 5.
Oh. Look, hey.
We just stumped the
Look
DJ.
at, hey. Grab his
Stump the
umbrella and
DJ.
help him look.
That'd teach you to put us outside.
It's nice out.
It is nice.
It is.
And it's going to
All
be
right,
nice
so let's
today,
go through
tomorrow.
then. Who's winning?
Well, you
before we
guys,
leave the
got
boxing ring.
Merriweather. Both of you have Merriweather. I got to go against the grain. I'm going to take Pacquiao.
Did anyone say? Yeah.
We both said
Have you been
Pacquiao.
sitting here the
Okay,
whole
so
time? Everybody's
go.
for the underdog.
Well, then I'm taking
I'll go Merriweather.
What's his middle name?
Junior. I don't know. Merriweather.
Money.
Merriweather. Whatever.
Well,
no matter
He is straight money.
win or lose.
that's all he talks
He
about.
is straight money. Isn't he getting like $200 million if they lose? Either one.
Yeah,
Of them.
it's,
It's
yeah.
like, well, he's getting more, but
He's the one that's going to score higher.
yeah.
But yeah.
They look so happy, too, when they show them at press interviews.
Oh yeah.
Why wouldn't you be? You go out there and get knocked.
Neither
out.
one of them look worried about the fight.
Why would you? You're getting $200 million to take a beating.
This one sets either one of them. They could start their own country with this money. You know.
Yeah. Winner. I mean, it's a win-win situation. Unless
not a bad dealio.
Unless you really get beat to a pulp and don't know how to cash that check. But,
I think one of them would just drop to the ground before that would happen. But
throw in the white towel. This could be a Apollo Drago. How it's hyped.
Man, those guys are big dudes.
I will break you.
These two little guys can punch each other all day.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to punch me, but I think they can punch each other all day.
I'm pretty sure one of these guys punched me, and I'm going through the floor.
You're going right through that glass up at Jake's Home Furnishings.
If I can somehow avoid it, I'm taking off run the other direction. I'm telling you that.
$1,500 a ticket, they said, face value in there. The lowest ones.
Really? The update is ticket prices are dropping. So apparently
they were sold out.
Well, they said the prices are dropping on tickets.
They're probably selling concession stand slots. So if you want to work at the concession stands, you got to pay so much money.
Yeah.
And those prices are dropping.
Work the concession stand there.
Or be a
half in the register, half in your pocket, or that little packet thing you have in front.
Packet.
Little fanny pack?
Yeah, a little fanny pack like you wear. I see you around town.
Hey, it keeps everything where you need it. It's all right there. Your wallet, your phone, your toothbrush, comb. It's all right there. Well, fellas, let's take a commercial break. We come back. Let's talk some NFL draft. And,
all right.
I think we're going to have a guest sometime today, aren't we?
The Big Fish is going to stop in, I think.
Do we? Well,
supposed to. He's in town.
Is that what you call him, the Big Fish? Does he like that?
I don't know. I guess he'll tell me when he gets here.
All right, let's take a commercial break. We'll be right back here on 96.3. We need a sign that says on air.
Woo! Not if you're minding your P's and Q's.
Welcome back to the Cheap Seats here on 96.3 FM, streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com. So if you're anywhere in the world, you can listen to us.
Anywhere in the world is amazing.
Anywhere. You just get on the World Wide Web.
Call toll free, right? Can you call toll free if you're anywhere in the world, Jim? Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Sure.
He'll accept charges.
Yes. Yes. Fellas, NFL draft held in Chicago Thursday night. Our producer, manager, boss, Jim, he's tried to get us some credentials, but it didn't work, didn't happen.
I don't believe that.
I do.
No.
Well,
I'm thinking if anybody was going, Jim's like, hell, these guys ain't going. These guys are not the ones going to this if it's up.
But Chicago did something a little different. They had the in-house draft. Mm-hmm. Then in Grant Park, they had another stage set up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a big deal, and
it looked pretty awesome.
Yeah, and we could have went and done that just to kind of hang out. I think that would have been neat. So
I was told that we were going to, except for the overhead on the truck. It was so much money that we couldn't go to the NFL draft, and that means Lloyd and I suffer.
We'll drive you up next year. How's that?
Okay, I guess.
Sorry,
I hope my feelings aren't showing through. I'm still trying to be happy about it.
Well, it's all right. Here, we'll give you 2 tickets.
If I get some sprinkles on my ice cream, I'll be happy.
I'm sorry, Joe. Sprinkles are for winners.
Yeah, sprinkles are for winners.
That's what I like. See, you caught on.
You get just plain vanilla ice cream.
Sprinkles are for winners.
So what did you guys think of the NFL draft? We got any winners, losers, or just kind of maybe still up in the air right now? Obviously, Jameis Winston, your number one
famous
pick.
Jameis.
Already signed yesterday. And, that was probably something that was already in the works. It was already pretty much a done deal, but Tampa Bay just kind of entertaining other offers.
Here's a trivia question, so we could have somebody call in and tell us which one of the personalities from the radio show is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan.
Okay? Go Bucks!
Which one of us involved in this fine program is a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, and we need to get his take on how he feels about famous Jameis.
Famous Jameis.
You can call in 737-3791, or you can get on the old tweeting count.
Did anybody see the thing on ESPN where he did his workout? Did you guys see any of it?
No. I did not.
I got to tell you, he did. He threw 100 balls, invited the pro scouts to Florida State. Got his linemen out there, some wide receivers, running backs, and he threw 100 balls, and he had these guys. I guess the big downside on him is they said he can't get out of the pocket and throw the ball. He had these guys running at him with brooms, throwing stuff at him. rolling out, and I'll tell you what, he threw darts everywhere, and he's a big,
That's
fast dude.
awesome. So in the NFL, they'll allow linebackers to have brooms now?
Yeah. Is that new?
That'll be fun. I mean, it'll be so entertaining.
My point here was he went right in there to show them what they thought his weakness was. He went right in there to show them, no, it's not.
Well, don't you think if somebody was running at you with a broom, that would slow you down? The guy with the broom?
They're just forcing him out, getting in his passing lanes with their brooms up so he can't see the field and having him roll out.
They must have been some big brooms.
Coming across.
They were.
So coming across the middle, whacking him in the head.
Witchy Poo was there.
It wasn't a Swifter. It was a broom.
I think Bewitched was there. There was a lot of brooms. They were everywhere.
Brooms.
Looks like there's a hole up the middle. Oh, clothesline.
What a broom handle on that.
Yeah. So
I tell you what, he looked like a stud.
So he passed the broom test.
Yeah, he did. Now, if we can just keep him out of trouble, maybe they're going to
keep him out of trouble. Maybe he's staying in Florida. I mean, that's good news. The state police are used to him.
Hey, and our guest is here.
Oh yeah, hey, our guest is here.
We'll roll you on in while we talk.
Yeah,
he may have some insight on this.
That's what we're going to do.
Insight.
He knows a lot more about football than we do.
We're going to get some insight.
I guarantee he's forgotten more about football.
Inside information. Hey, there we go. We should have had you run through first. Could you want to run through the camera first? Slip your shirt off and just run in front of the camera and then back in.
The man needs a broom.
Hey, joining us now is the head football coach, Coach Bass. The big fish, they were calling him earlier.
The big fish.
They call you the big fish here in Lincoln now.
Okay.
Did you watch the draft?
A little bit. Watched a little bit of the first round.
So who do you follow in football? We probably asked you that before.
Detroit Lions. Grew up a Detroit Lions fan.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a shock or not since the Vanderbilt thing, but
yeah, I was thinking maybe
grew up watching Barry Sanders and loved him, and then got heartbroken when he retired, and
Herman Moore.
Then endured the Matt Millen era as a GM, and it's
kind of just went downhill from there.
Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad.
You know, you lose Sue. That's a big loss.
It is. It's a loss on the field. I'm not sure it's a loss off the field with his attitude issues. I think the Haloti and Nagata that they got from the Ravens, I think that'll fill that void pretty well. I think they've drafted pretty well the last couple of days. I was glad to see the kid from Duke get picked. I think he's a good signing for guard. And then picking up Abdullah from Nebraska last night, which I didn't know about till this morning. That's going to be a good one, I think. So hopefully they can get past the first round. So it's been I
was gonna say I actually like
time.
The loss of Sue. I mean, he's a heck of an athlete when he wants to play, but there's a lot of games that I think he kind of. I'm not gonna say cost them, but at the same time, if he was going full speed, like full tilt, like he normally does, there would have been some more W's in the column.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how he does in Miami now, getting all that money.
Miami and Detroit, two different towns.
Absolutely.
There's a lot to get in trouble with in Miami.
I was gonna say there's a lot to get in trouble with in Miami.
We'll see.
What about famous Jameis? You like that pick? How do you think he's going to do?
You know, I think he and Mariota both are going to be busts. Jameis, I think attitude-wise, that's going to be a huge hindrance for him. I don't think he's going to take it seriously enough. I think it'll be very similar, if not worse, to Manziel. I think he'll get into the similar type of trouble. Mariota, from watching him for several years in college, very good player at the college level, not accurate enough, in my opinion, to play in the NFL.
I agree.
You guys
I totally agree.
The show,
I was gonna say
before
we're on the
we
same
start
page
the show,
right now.
You know, that's exactly what he said.
I know he had a great completion percentage, but if you watch a lot of his completions in college, his guys are reaching back or twisting their body, and
he had great receivers.
He did have very good receivers.
Make you a good quarterback.
That's something that's going to hurt him a lot at the next level.
And let's face it, in college, you don't have the corners like you do in the pros.
No.
You know, the pros, they stick around. They're not only around for 3 or 4 years, you know.
Yeah,
so.
it's just
and
professional. It's faster.
Being in Tennessee the last few years, I know there's not a lot of supporting cast around him in Nashville right now with the Titans, so that's not going to help him either.
So he's
got a good coach.
Does have a good coach.
Yeah, that's why
very good.
We were talking about wins and losses yesterday. I think the Titans actually lost, not because of the pick of Mariota, but because what sounds like they had the opportunity to unload that pick for seems like almost half the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. So, I think that would have been a better route to go for them, especially as many holes as they have, but we'll see.
I think the only thing is that I think Jameis I think he's a stud. I don't know. You're not going to keep him out of trouble. It's a matter of how long he's going to go. He's going to get in trouble. There's no doubt about it. But I think if they get a couple years out of him, 3 years out of him, I think he's good.
He's got all of his friends staying down there in Florida right near him.
Yeah,
I know.
A quarterback that they kind of compare him to, which I don't really see it, is Matt Ryan.
No.
I don't see that.
Well, that's what they're saying. He's a Matt Ryan who likes to stay in the pocket, but he did pass the broom test, so he does like to get out of the pocket as well. So, but he's got a strong arm. He's a big kid. I would maybe consider him more like a Dante Culpepper.
Yeah, I would. That's a pretty good comparison.
But
can run a little bit, but
big, gonna be hard to bring down. He's gonna be hard to tackle, but I don't know. I don't see those two. Just because of their supporting cast.
Right.
Tampa Bay needs a lot. Tennessee needs a lot, and I think they're crazy for not making that trade.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Definitely.
But that's why
you can change with 3 draft picks. You can change your franchise in a pretty big way, pretty dramatically. So, they were getting way more than that on top of what they already had, and they were getting 2 impact players to start on their team right now,
right?
That have been playing in the NFL. So
let's move over to some local. Do you like the Bears pick at number 7, Kevin White?
You know what? I was kind of against it at first. I was thinking they need to. I kind of wanted him to go defense, but I mean the guy looks like a good receiver, real solid, huge hands, good speed, very big, very athletic.
Was it a 4.3, 5.40?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
4.3.
And I tell you what, he's had to work to get to where he's at. So you hope that translates into he's going to continue to work and he's not going to settle for where he's at. That's the only thing that kind of concerns me with him.
I think it's a good pick. I'm just not sure it's what the Bears needed, but I think it's a good pick. I mean, he's a player.
Yeah. What do the Bears need?
They
What
need a
don't
lot.
they need?
They need a lot.
They've
rumor
has it,
big turnover this year, so
they have brought in a lot of new faces, but it's so hard to tell. That division's tough.
It
you
is.
got Green Bay, Detroit, sometimes Minnesota. It depends, what they're doing, but that's division's pretty loaded.
I think their biggest
Lions.
acquisition was Fox.
Fox,
Getting
yeah,
Fox,
right.
very, very good coach. That will help them tremendously.
Well, just discipline and just fundamental football, which the Bears seem to lose track of, and that was just a debacle.
it wasn't pretty.
So we'll
not pretty.
Baltimore now. They can have. He's over in Baltimore now, so we'll see how that.
Well, and I
goes.
like their second-round pick of the defensive tackle there from Florida State.
Yeah, and he dropped. They thought maybe he'd go a little higher.
Yeah, they thought he was going to be a first-round pick, mid to high first-round pick.
Yeah, that was surprising. He's a good player.
He's a very good player. I think he might have gotten caught up in some of that controversy there at Florida State, which there seemed to be a lot of this last year. So,
yeah.
Where did the kid from Missouri go? Shea.
He
Denver.
went like 8 or 9.
He
He went to
He
Denver.
went pretty early. And the Green Beckham kid went second round. I forget who picked him up, but he got picked up.
Did he went in the second round?
Tennessee?
Yeah.
I want to say Tennessee, but I'm not
I think
sure.
he went to Tennessee because I think they were talking about combining him with Mariota.
Yep.
Yeah, does he start this year? Does he come in there and start?
They indicate he's going to. We'll see if he actually can or not. There's not much blocking him there. I don't think Mettenberger's going to hold him off too much, but you just being around the Titans franchise for so many years, you never know what they're going to do.
And you have to root for him. I mean, my gosh.
Yeah.
I hope he's successful.
That's the one thing. I hope Mariota does very, very well.
Absolutely.
I mean, I like the Titans. I like Mariota. He's a great kid. And he will work hard, but I just don't see it unless his accuracy gets a ton better.
Who do they have there right now at quarterback?
Zach Mettenberger and kid that used to be at Clemson, I forget his name. Charlie Whitehurst is there. I think those are the only 2 quarterbacks on the roster. Yep.
Yeah, so that looks like it's.
Well, he's a starter.
Mariota's job to,
More
to
than likely.
lose.
Mariota's a starter.
Wow.
We penciled him in. Look at that out. Pencil him in for your fantasy football books.
Yes, sir.
Get yourself a starter. He's in.
Any other shockers through the draft that you guys weren't expecting, or?
What do you guys think of the two running backs, the two first? What are they going top 10, both of them?
Gurley and they went
kid
top
from
10.
Wisconsin.
I didn't think running backs would go that high. To tell you the truth,
it's been a while.
I like both those guys. And the Rams picked up Gurley.
They were both good running backs. Yeah,
they're good running backs, but you can find good running backs 4th, 5th round.
Yeah,
because they're just so interchangeable. And
but if you get a good one, I mean, he's worth paying whatever you got to get him
if you have an offensive line.
The Rams have a pretty solid O-line and D-line.
That works hand in hand. You got to have a good offensive line.
Yeah,
I think the Rams really have a chance this year to really be successful and sneak in the playoffs, and then have all that going on. The controversy going on of them moving.
Yeah,
and they're going to be. I think they can be good this year, and get in the playoffs.
I think
that's
they almost
such a tough
have to
division,
be.
though.
It's going to be. It's going to be hard on the coach if they don't get it done.
Jake, go sell some furniture for crying out loud.
It's got to be hard on Lloyd to stand out there on that hard concrete all day while he films us. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Coach, let's keep it with football here. It's getting closer and closer to the summer, and you probably got some stuff lined up as far as workouts, maybe some youth camps. I see you're getting ready to get fired up. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with Lincoln football.
We do. We got a busy summer ahead of us, and it's, since being hired in February, that's the time that, I've been waiting on the whole time. Being the state of Illinois and not having spring football has kind of been killing me a little bit, so I'm excited to finally actually truly get started and get some things going. As soon as school gets out, we'll start with our workouts. We'll be having 2 sessions a day, just to make it easier for the kids to be able to show up, since they're officially optional through the IHSA. So we're hoping our kids will be able to make it. We'll have it 4 days a week, twice a day, and we've got our youth camp tentatively scheduled for June 16th through the 19th. So we're excited about that, and get the JFL kids and the other youth in the community involved, and get around to them and have them get to know myself and the staff a little bit, and get to know some of the parents, get to know the community a little bit. That'll actually that's more than likely going to be right after I move up here. Looks like I'm probably going to be able to move up here about the 2nd week of June. Finally, once track gets wrapped up and we get done with a wedding that we're going to go to. So be hitting the ground running.
You're talking IHSA regulations.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a big difference between Illinois high school football regulations and Missouri?
Not a ton. The scrimmages is the biggest. In Missouri, we were allowed to have a little bit of time during the summer with our team camps that we could go against each other and bang around a little bit, and we were able to have a jamboree in Missouri. That's the biggest difference. The contact day is the same. There's no spring ball in Missouri either. Compared to Tennessee, though, it's very, very different. In Tennessee, we had the same amount of contact days. We were able to have a few more 7-on-7s, which that doesn't really affect me. I think 7-on-7 is the most overrated thing in high school football. But we were allowed to have more scrimmages. We were allowed to have 3 scrimmages plus a jamboree in Tennessee, and that was always huge for everybody from a preparation standpoint. And that's one thing that's really going to hurt me this year coming in, is not being able to get any kind of competition really in pads until we face off against Southeast August 28th. So that's something I think the IHSA needs to really look at and probably change in the future. But I've kind of said jokingly all along, it's basketball state, and they're not real concerned with what football is able to do.
Well, they're not real concerned about basketball stuff either.
We're fortunate to have the 25 contact days. I know Wisconsin only gets 5, so I can't imagine trying to do anything with 5 contact days during the summer. So I'll be grateful for my 25 contact days. We'll use 23 or 24 of them in July, basically July 6th through the end of the month. We'll have practices and really start to get a feel for how we're going to be able to do some things, and then we'll have the dead week that first week of August, and then we'll really start going to fall camp. So I'm excited. I think it'll be good. There's going to be some growing pains, but I think we'll get a lot out of July, and I think we'll be ahead of where we've been in the past.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I hope the kids are excited too.
Well, but Joe, you've been around obviously you're still living down south. You've kind of been around some of the kids. What's the vibe going on right now, Joe?
You get new coaching. It's always exciting. You're going to get some changes in. They're all going to want to know, what you're running offensively, defensively. They kids get caught up in what you call positions, and they kind of like that, whether you're going to be called a tiger or something, and it's all exciting stuff for the kids.
Tiger?
You have different things, Apache back, everybody wants to be. I remember when Bloomington used to have that Apache back, where all those kids over there wanted to be the Apache back. It meant you were the toughest kid on the field. So, yeah, it's all exciting. You get all this figured out. I think you got to get the kids out, you got to get the youth football system's doing a great job. You got to get those kids when they graduate 8th grade to come out as freshmen. We need them there we need those kids to be there for 4 years of football, learning everything we're doing. So get started when you're a freshman. Get out there.
Yep. Coach, you kind of did something new this year that we haven't seen before. You had for the incoming freshmen, you had a signing day. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about how that went, and did you have a good turnout for that?
We did. That was a great idea I picked up from Brad Dixon over at Camp Point Central, who's done an amazing job with that program there. So a very good model to follow. We had an excellent turnout. I believe we had 18 kids sign that day, and I know there was about 5 that were unable to make it for various reasons, and I'm sure there'll be a few others that'll trickle in, but the kids had a really good time with it. They were very, very excited to become part of the program officially. The parents got great feedback from the parents, both from the current parents and the incoming parents with the 8th graders. They thought it was a very good deal to kind of create some excitement and get some good vibes around the program again. So I've had a lot of very good feedback from other coaches on Twitter. When we shared the signing class and shared the pictures and everything, we had a lot of guys contacting me about it and want to do one themselves. So that's always a cool thing. And I've just kind of told them what we did and kind of yielded to Brad, since it was his idea, and making sure he gets his due credit and everything. This is not something that just fell from the sky and struck me one day, but it was definitely something that I think benefited us. We'll definitely make it an annual event, hopefully next year.
Maybe get WLCN involved?
Yeah, WLCN will hopefully be able to get involved next year, and you guys can do some interviews with the kids and make it a little bit of a bigger deal as well. We can scoot it up a little bit closer to actual signing day. With the timing of my hire, we had to do it a little bit later this year, but we'll try and do it a little bit earlier next year. And we're going to do something else cool here in a couple of weeks with our kids. Whenever we have our first team meeting, I'm still trying to nail down the date for that. When we have our first official team meeting, and we'll give out the calendar and everything, we're going to sit them down and give them a piece of paper and have them write out something negative about the football program, something that they wish would change about the football program, and we're going to take all those pieces of paper, put them in a box, nail it shut, and we're going to bury it. So we're going to bury the past for Lincoln football, and we're going to move forward with the new era. So I think that'll be a nice point to kind of be a break for the kids and really kind of hopefully mentally prepare them for what's going to be coming, because it's all going to change. So
yeah, and it all comes down to attitude.
It does.
Get rid of that the bad attitude. Start a new tradition. Start from fresh.
Right.
And that's a good idea, and something that you use that. Just to keep the kids interested, social media these days, you keep them interactive with Twitter and Facebook, so it's not just, when July comes around, I know we start football.
Yeah.
It's a year-round thing where you keep them interested and, keep them active.
Yeah, and that's huge, and it seems to be paying off. It's with kind of the new hire and the normal, change, excitements around it. I think our numbers are going to be much higher. Kind of a very rough estimate. I'm guessing we're going to be probably about 55 to 65 total kids, which will be a big jump from last year, and hopefully we can push that up closer to about 75. We'll see. The more that we get around the kids and the more that they see what we're doing and how much fun it's going to be, that I think that'll continue to grow it. So, and that's obviously going to help us in every facet possible. So that's a good thing right now. I'm very encouraged.
All right, we need to take a commercial break. Coach, you're more than welcome to stick around for our last segment. We'll probably talk a little baseball, maybe some hockey, NBA. Yeah. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back here in the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM.
This ain't going to be pretty.
Did you bring that in for Coach Bass? Is this your theme song? Whenever you're on the show, we're going to play it.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM, outside in front of the Jake's Furniture Store, Furnishings. So if you wanted some furniture, stop on in. He'll hook you up. We'd also like to thank 2 new sponsors to the Scott Kirby, Jake Johnston Cheap Seats live Saturday morning sports show featuring Joe Ryan. Featured.
Featuring Joe Ryan.
Featured.
I feel like Mayweather now.
Well, after he gets his face beat in tonight, you're going to probably look a little bit like him.
Oh, big talker.
That was a good one. The Friendship Manor, located across from LCHS, is now accepting applications for seniors age 62 and older. Joe, phone 217-732-9647. And we'd also like to welcome in Healthy Communities Partnership. Be a healthy superhero. Welcome aboard to both of these great new sponsors.
Yeah, Healthy Partnership. You should get into some of that. Why don't you try to get a little health and fitness? Health and fitness.
I'm trying. Also today, WLCN 96.3, along with Mary Todd's Gold Crown Hallmark and Flossie and Delzina's Gourmet Grind and Gifts, invite you to the 26th Annual Red Carpet Runway and Royal Grand today at the Logan County Courthouse.
You read that so smoothly. Can we go back through it?
This is rough.
Well, I mean, I don't know who writes this stuff. It's kind of hard to follow.
I know. I've done it.
Anyway, there's going to be a red carpet, and it's going to be downtown, and Joe Ryan's going to be there in a penguin suit. And, it
starts at 5.
Yeah. Special thanks. We got to thank our sponsors.
There you go.
Jim Examus Ford in Lincoln, Bright Idea Screen Printing and Embroidery, Colligan Water Conditioning here in Lincoln, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Janae Chager Photography, ALMH. There. That's it. Comma. Mama's Arcade, Healthy Community Partnership, the whole Holly Payne Moore DJ Experience, Ace Hardware, MKS Jewelers, Sun Loan Company and Tax Services, Beck's Travel Plaza, Logan Lane, Stuffed-A-Ria Pizza, Lincoln Theater 4, Blades Hair and Nail Salon LLC, Flowers and Things, and WLCN 96.3 FM.
Wow, nice job.
I need a drink of water.
There you go.
Also going on today, wow. We should have done this earlier.
But wait, there's more.
There is more. Jim Examus Ford in Lincoln, located at 2301 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Invite everyone to the Lincoln Community High School parking lot today. There you go, Joe. Get you a new truck today from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the Drive for Your School fundraiser, as Ford Motor Company and Jim Examus Ford Lincoln will give $20 up to $6,000 for every test drive to support the LCHS sophomore class.
It's pretty nice of them.
That is. You have to be a licensed driver over 18. You fill out a brief summary, take a 10-minute test drive, and
give it a shot.
Yeah.
Come on out.
And then go talk to their finance manager and buy you a new truck or car. Or
don't walk by. Give it a try.
Yeah.
I heard Joe will be in the dunk tank.
No, there's not enough water.
Is there a dunk tank?
I don't know.
That would be awesome.
As we go.
We got about 7-8 minutes left in the program. NHL playoffs going on right now. Blackhawks beat the Minnesota Wild last night 4-3. The Hawks are up 3-0 after the first period, and I go away for about 10 minutes. I come back, it's tied up. I don't know, you guys, obviously you're looking at me all.
Yep.
You didn't watch?
I just like looking at you.
Is that where they play with a what do you call it, a puck?
A puck. And it's on slippery stuff called ice.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Yep. Kinda
anyway.
Sounds chilly.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Hawks are tough.
I don't know.
Weren't they banged up early and now look at them. They're strong. They're playoffs. They're a playoffs team.
They are a playoffs team.
Playoffs. Okay, that's enough hockey talk. Hockey talk.
I don't know. Coach Bass may want to add to it.
NBA playoffs.
He's got nothing.
I'm from the South. Hockey's too cold for me to.
Well, they do
mess
have
with.
hockey in Nashville.
They do. Not anymore. Blackhawks knocked them out. So
they're a solid
they'll be back
team,
next year.
Yeah,
they are.
They're a solid team.
They are.
NBA basketball. Did you see what the Bulls did to the Bucks the other night?
Yeah, like 50 points, 60 points.
54, I
Bad.
think.
54 points.
Wow. Second highest margin in the last.
Yeah, they missed it by 4 points. Yeah. So they're going to advance, and they're playing the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James. Who do you guys like in that? You got to mention that Cleveland's going to be without Love, and they're going to be without J.R. Smith for the first 2 games.
No Love?
No Love.
No Love and no Smith.
I'll take the Bulls.
We knew you would.
You know what? I actually am liking. If the Bulls can play how they did the other night, I don't know if there's anybody that can stop them, but I am liking the Bulls.
You follow NBA? Coach?
No.
No?
The only thing I root for in the NBA is the end of the NBA season.
I'm with you there.
So.
I mean, I follow the Bulls, but they're just dragging it out. I mean, you play every other night. You know, it just takes way too long. And, you know, basketball is a winter sport. It should be done in March.
Yep. High school and college do it right. They get done in March. NBA dragging on to June. Just
and same way with hockey. You know, who wants to play hockey in June?
Yeah.
You know, but that's just me.
Summers for baseball
How about you,
and
Lloyd?
football.
Yes.
Yes.
Baseball. You follow
Let's
baseball?
talk about the Phillies.
Who do you like in baseball? Please.
Grew up a Cubs fan originally. Then the Marlins came about. Was a Marlins fan for a long time, and got mad at them a few years ago with their most recent gutting the team. So actually, I'm a Royals fan now.
Wow.
So switched.
You can hop back on that Cubs bandwagon.
I do like the Cubs
We're
still. My wife is a very big Cubs fan. I like them a lot, and they've got a very good team right now. I think they're moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
So
we got a Cubs fan supporter on.
He just said he was for the Royals.
Well,
they have a big year, and he's for the Royals. Now the Cubs are good. He wants to be the Cubs.
That happened beforehand.
That was before. Okay.
I switched to the Royals before they made the World Series. I'm on record for that.
Okay.
Yeah, they're solid.
We bet you're a big Patriots fan of football too, huh? Right?
Now I'm
like
on.
your second favorite team.
I liked them when I was little. I respect them. I'll admit, but no, still Lions.
Jake, you're the baseball guy. You're the guru of the baseball.
Baseball.
How the Cubbies looking right now? You're liking them Cubbies, aren't you?
I'm liking them Cubbies, actually. They got some good players, man. I like that Addison Russell. I like that kid. His first home run the other day.
Yesterday,
yeah. That kid's a good-looking player, man.
Play the Brewers today.
They're kind of playing.
I think we got a phone call.
And there's a call coming in.
There's a lot of things going on out here.
Good thing we have Lloyd here.
Please hold. Lloyd.
You're on.
Lloyd.
But a big loss for the Cardinals.
Big loss, yeah.
Wainwright out for the season.
Yep.
And why is he out?
ACL.
And how did he do it?
Batting.
Do you think that's something going to be changed in the National League in the years to come?
I would hope not. You know, I mean, I like the designated hitter in the American League, but I like the traditional game of the National League. That's what I've always grown up on. I like seeing the pitcher coming around and having, being put in situations where he has to impact the game for himself to try to help win it. I like seeing the big hitters up there as well, but I can see it going. I can see it going that way. So there's a DH. That's another guy that's high paid,
and I don't mind it. But when it comes down to World Series, and you've got when National League's at home, they kind of just. It's a sure out. You know what I'm saying? I think even it up. I think they need a DH in both.
I think they should drop the DH.
Because the pitchers, they don't work on their hitting during spring training. It's just.
Well, I think they should work on bunting and normal hitting skills.
Today's game, everybody wants to see offense. You're going to have more offense if you have that DH. It's not. 80% of the time you got a pitcher, it's a sure out. Let's kick it up. Come on, let's make it interesting.
I think the game is interesting. I think you don't know what the heck you're talking about.
I'm just going against the grain. Whatever you say, I say opposite.
Yeah, I think you're an idiot.
Well,
we're just going to go there.
Stand in line because there's a lot of them.
There's a line forming now.
Yeah, there is. No, that's not.
That's your line.
That might be good.
Your line's already formed.
The thing about DH, I think both leagues are going to go to it, and I don't think it's going to have anything to do with baseball play. I think it's going to be because the Players Union wants one more higher paid player, and they can get that with a DH, and it's going to extend guys' careers. Yep. So right. I see it coming around. I like the strategy of having the pitcher hit. For me, that's interesting to know that spot's coming up, how they're going to attack the 8th place hitter, how they're going to go around the pitcher, try to pitch to him if it's in a bunting situation or whatnot. So to me, it's interesting for that aspect of the game.
Well, we do have somebody trying to call. We're having some technical difficulties or a brain fart or something. We can't figure it out, but we apologize. I'm sure you have some intelligent knowledge to share with us.
It's hard on the listeners to call like that and no one will answer.
It's hard on them. But they're good listeners.
I will say, though, the Cardinals losing Wainwright, that is a big loss. But
that's hard on the Cardinals.
It's hard on the Cardinals. But they've been down this road before. It happened just a few years ago. They ended up winning the World Series. So You know, it's one of those things with baseball. You have to get around that type of scenario. You know, if you're a good team, you can overcome and get past it. If you're not, then you're gonna fall back into the pack.
Yep.
You know. So actually, Coach
Bass, jump in and tell us something.
We were actually talking about this off the air. You lose one guy, that's not. It can't.
Yeah.
It can't cripple your team.
Next
you
guy
have
up.
to move forward.
Yep. Next guy up. Next
happens
guy.
every year.
Yeah.
They'll
Coach, whether it's injury, free agent, whatever.
Yep.
Right.
It can happen.
If they lose Waka too, then they'll be in trouble.
That's exactly right. If they lose another top line, Lynn, Waka, one of those two guys.
Carpenter.
Carpenter's in the front office.
Yep.
The third baseman.
Oh, that guy.
There is another Carpenter. It's like batting
we were talking
400.
We're talking pitching.
Oh well, I'm just saying if you lose him.
Yeah, he's got.
That's 50% of your
I think he has
offense.
16 multi-hit games
Yeah, he
this
does.
year already.
15. Unless he had one last night.
He did have one last
Well, then
night.
16.
Yep.
Coach, before we go, do you want to throw out some dates there again, and maybe some contact information for your? You got a youth football camp in June.
Yeah, we'll have a youth football camp June 16th through 19th. The JFL guys are going to start putting that around to all the schools pretty quick. We'll get a flyer out before the end of the school year, and then July 6th is when we'll start our contact days for the high school. So all of our high school guys will need to have their physicals and everything in, and we'll start rolling with our basically some true practices July 6th.
Okay, so you're in the process of moving to Lincoln. If you need some help, I'd nominate these two right here.
Okay.
These guys have new trucks.
I'm going to say they got new trucks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we'll help you out.
volunteer the trucks.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, thanks for coming on again. A lot of exciting things going on right now in the football world here in Lincoln.
Look at that Lincoln IGA billboard sign. How good does that look?
Just can't beat our fresh cut meat.
That's some nice steak right there.
Well, yeah. Have you seen the other billboard down here?
That's a guy that's
false
like to eat some
advertisement.
steak.
Yeah, it's a guy with dark hair. I don't know who that guy is.
Just keep moving.
We
Let's
need to
go.
get spray paint. Let's
The
get
fans are done with us.
Yep.
They're ready for
All
some
right,
country music.
That's going to do it for us. I'd like to thank Hampton Inn for sponsoring coffee and pastries. And if you want to check any of our broadcasts out, go to WLCNonline.com. You can also watch them on Channel 5. So, time to go.
Can you see okay on that
Shop's
watch?
opening.
Shop's opening.
Yeah, watch that guy's got.
Jake's is
Hope
open
all
for
the
business.
kids are safe tonight.
Yeah, prom. Go out and check out Joe in his penguin suit, interviewing the kids.
Will you have the gray hair or the black hair tonight?
You never know. Maybe I'll color it. That's a good idea. I should have brought some hair color and colored that.
Oh, we can get some. It's at Walmart. Have a little color party.
Maybe
Lloyd,
just put a black stripe
Lloyd, you
in
gonna
it.
be filming? Loin, you be filming? So
Lloyd.
that's it. Jim says it's time to go. So it's time to go.
Like the Academy Awards.
Yes, sir.
Good
Thanks
day.
for tuning in to the Cheap Seats. I don't know where we're at next week, but we're going to be somewhere. Yeah, we are. We're going to be at Joe Ryan's next week.
There you are.
And thanks to our new sponsors. Until next week, Scott Kirby, Joe Ryan, Jake Johnston, and Coach Bass.
Good day.